Howdy everybody, Efour here, and welcome back to the channel for Season 4, Episode 5 of our FIFA 22 Youth to Gold save. Now I'm re-recording this intro after editing most of the video because when I went to edit the first time, the first 5 minutes or so of the video kept freezing, the audio kept cutting out, and there were a couple different problems. You see me keep looking over here. I'm making sure that everything's still going smoothly as I record this intro because I don't want it to mess up again. Luckily, the whole episode was not messed up, so you will get to see most of the episode after this intro, but I just wanted to catch you up on a couple things that I highlighted in the first intro in the first 5 minutes of the video before. I had started off by letting you guys know that we were #1 in the league on 51 points, tied with Norwich on points, but ahead on goal difference. Now, when you guys catch up in the video where it's going to start after this intro, the camera is still frozen for a little bit, but it does start rolling and working, so that's where we're going to go in. The audio you're going to hear is me explaining the team we're taking into the game against Barnsley, who currently sit in 4th when the video begins, where you guys are, and we're in 1st. So that's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear me listing the team for the game, and then we'll get into that game, and again, you'll see most of the video. Sorry about this, just content stuff that I'm learning and figuring out as I go, but let's hop in. I hope you guys enjoy it. See you in a sec. It is the same team as usual. We have Smith in goal, back four of Ojeda, Bishop, Lundberg, and Taylor. Villalba and Nelson, the midfield pairing, with Schaefer, Carlson, and Graham, the attacking three behind Baker. On the bench, we have Mohamed, Jonassen, Bennett, Menendez, Nilsson, Wilson, and Bloxham. A couple games ago, off camera, actually when I was recording the last episode, I didn't mention it, but we have that center attacking mid in the youth academy, and I almost brought him up to start ahead of Menendez, but Menendez is still better, so I'm going to keep that youth prospect down in the academy and let him naturally develop down there, and we'll keep using Menendez. Like I said, he is a good player for this level. I'm just not sure how he's going to do in the Premier League, so we really got to play well today and try and break them down. They've given me a little trouble thus far, but so did Queen's Park Rangers. Give that into Graham, and he is, oh, that was actually Baker. They must have rotated, hit him with a dead fish. Efour United is up 1-0. It was decent play around. Villalba gets in, makes a great first touch, slots it across to Baker, who had swapped with Graham out on that right wing, and Baker makes no mistake, bends it around the keeper for our first goal of the day. Nelson making a run in here off the pass from Graham. I have Schaefer back post, and I'm going to get it there. What a ball! And Schaefer hits the post. What a beautiful pass from Mike Nelson to cross it all the way across to the opposite side. Schaefer really should be doing better there. And we miss it off the post. And now Barnsley are looking to push us back. They have not looked too dangerous yet on offense. They get a fortunate bounce there, but he does end up being offsides. Here we go with Mike Nelson again. That last cross he had was just beautiful. He has Carlson there, and he gets it there. Carlson can't keep the header down. It goes over the bar. We've had 2 opportunities already where we have not been able to convert. I hope that doesn't bite us in the butt. Oh no, what a pass. I was trying to control Taylor, and I don't do it well. They get the through ball in between him and Lundberg. Looks like that Stefanescu runs in on the ball and fires a rocket past Smith. Oh my gosh, it's really dark in that corner of the stadium. Right here, I tried to control him. It was poor from me. He gets in and just belts it into the corner. The good news is we've had some opportunities. That was a poor pass from Schaefer. We've had the opportunities, so I'm confident that we should be able to get a couple more, but we have to convert them. We've had the opportunities, and we have not taken them. And if we do end up dropping points here, we'll have to look at ourselves because we really should be at least tied with them at this point. Trying to watch the passes here. Oh, I switched to the wrong defender, and Smith is there for the save. Now they have this corner approaching the end of the first half. And wow, that's a skied ball. They do get ahead to it. I'm just trying to get someone to get it out so that the ref blows his whistle, because as we know, they're going to get all the time in the world. And Smith makes another beautiful save. We're 2 minutes past the added time. I wonder how many they're going to get. They don't do the skied ball again, and it is a crazy first time shot. It goes wide, fortunately, and that is the halftime whistle. We're all tied up 1-1. We got to get into the second half and convert these opportunities we keep getting. Now, the good news is that Norwich doesn't look as unbeatable as they did at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, the only loss they had was to us, and I was getting nervous that we weren't going to be able to catch them. They have continued to drop points here and there, but we really have to make the most of these opportunities. Like I said, we've had 2 very good opportunities, one from Villalba, one from Carlson, actually 3, one from Schaefer too that went off the post. So we have to start converting these because Barnsley is not a bad team. They, like I said, sit in 4th. They are not scrubs, so we have to make sure we handle them today. Villalba with the interception, it's passed right to him. We're going to get that down to Graham. And I'd like to go back to Carlson because he's inside here and he is rapid. And he's going to get that in. Let's go! Hit him with the worm, Carlson. Dead fish. Oh, I did something wrong. Whatever. The knee slide will work. And it goes from Graham into whatever his name is, Carlson. There we go. And he just belts it into that corner. He's so fast when he can get in those open spaces like that with a lot of space in front of him. I know he can run in. Hits it hard first time. And I think he's up to 10 goals on the season now. So Carlson is up to 10 goals in 21 matches there. We see it up in the top left. And he also leads the league in assists. He has 9. I don't think he got an assist on the first pass. I think that was Villalba into Baker, if I remember correctly. So he's still sitting at 9, but he does lead the league in assists. He really is becoming our own little Kevin De Bruyne, getting mad assists and goals now to his resume. And we got Graham in there. We get it over the top, and he's going to first. Oh, I wanted it. It looked so pretty. We were unable to convert, and they handle it and get it out. We are in the 66th minute now. I do want to just run our first team into the ground, use no subs. 1, because I trust them, and 2, because we have a game in 2 days, and I want to use that in the full second team like I did in the last episode. That's a terrible bounce for us. Goes off the post. Just clear it out. That's a terrible clearance. Luckily, fortunately, we get over to Carlson. Fortunately, Nelson wins it back, and we're going to send that over to Schaefer. And he's there. That's a terrible header from Schaefer. Actually terrible. It doesn't even go towards net. He just kind of flicks it on, and the attack dies. Poor turnover from Taylor there. After the counterattack, Lundberg wins that ball back, but they get a fortunate bounce yet again. And they take the shot. Smith is there for it. No trouble to him at all. We throw this up to Schaefer, who goes into Villalba. And we're looking pretty good. We got 11 minutes left of game time. We just need to make sure we don't give up any silly goals or any silly plays. That was poor from Nelson there. I just didn't really know where I wanted to go with it. I end up turning the ball over. And now we're getting to the end of the game. Crunch time. And they're trying to build something from the back. They're into our half. I need to get a foot in. I'm getting a little nervous. Okay, come on, boys. Good defense, Lundberg. This is what champions are made of. Good foot in there from Ojeda. We get it out. We're going to go down the wing to Graham because he is all alone. We're going to cut inside with him. Oh, he had it. I just didn't take the right angle. He definitely had him cut. Okay, we got 1 minute left. Hasn't been a break in the action, so I'm still talking. Ojeda is down here on our left side, and they're pushing down. They have a runner going in. They don't get it to him, which works in our favor. It slows everything down. Villalba, yet again, is in the right spot. That's the final whistle. Efour United 2, Barnsley 1. So after that win against Barnsley, Norwich drew again. We now move 2 points clear of Norwich at the top of the table, and we're 10 points clear of third position. We are in such a good spot. Now, in most seasons, we do hit a wobble, and I know I talk about it a lot. I'm hoping that we don't this season, but if we do, we've now created a gap that gives us a little bit of cushion if that comes. But like I said, we are back where we belong at the top of the table. I really want this title. It would be such an overachievement for this young team and start I keep talking about getting into the Premier League. I was editing the last video and seeing that I had been saying, when we get to the Premier League, almost like it's done. And I know it's not done, but I'm feeling pretty confident with where we're sitting now. It would take a massive catastrophe, which could happen, but let's hope it doesn't. Now, I'm going to go play the 2 games off camera, and we'll come back for the Nottingham Forest game, who currently sit in 5th position. They are a lot of points behind us. What is that, 12? Yes, 12 points behind us. Math. So let me go play those games, and I'll be back in just a second. Since you guys were last with me, that 2-1 win against Barnsley, we then took on Charlton Athletic. It wasn't an entire team of second stringers. It was a couple second stringers mixed in with some first team guys, and we lost that one 1-0. We put a lot of pressure on them, but like y'all saw in the Barnsley game, we had numerous chances that we could not convert. And that was our first loss in 16 matches. It was a huge bummer, but we move. We then took on Bolton in the league, and we went up 1-0 early on in that game. Struggled to break them down, but just like in the Charlton game, we had a ton of pressure. We weren't getting anything rolling, so at halftime, we decided to sneak into the opposition locker room and bribe one of their players to score a goal for us. Check it out. So we ended up beating Bolton 2-1. They did get a late goal, but we held on for the 3 points. Now we're taking on Nottingham Forest today. Let's go check out the league table. We paid for that loss. Norwich went back above us in the league table. I was so disappointed. That was such a stinky way to lose top spot. We're still 10 points off 3rd place. Nottingham Forest have dropped down to 6th. They're 11 points behind us. They are going to be pushing to make sure they stay in those promotion places, but we got to get back ahead of Norwich. So let's go start today by getting 3 points against Nottingham Forest. We're going into this game with the team that you guys are most used to. Smith in goal, a back four of Ojeda, Bishop, Lundberg, and Taylor. Villalba and Nelson, the midfield pairing with Schaefer, Carlson, and Graham, the attacking 3 behind Schaefer. Now a quick development update. Baker's gone up from a 72 to a 73. Graham has gone up from a 74 to a 75. And I think since our last game, they're the only ones that have gone up. I think actually Taylor's gone up 1 overall as well, from a 72 to a 73. Our team is looking way more balanced than it has in the past. Our midfield is still a little weak, but Nelson 16, Villalba has showing great potential when you look at his potential range. So I'm very excited to see how they start developing. I'm hoping that they pick it up a little bit because that's definitely the weak spot of our team, and it used to be one of our strengths. But let's hop into this game against Nottingham Forest. Let's pile on the goals so we feel extra good about ourselves. Let's dive in. Here we go. 2nd in the table versus 6th in the table. Let's try and get another win. It seems like these teams near the top of the league that we take on, at least in the last couple matches, I'm so glad that Carlson wasn't injured from that tackle. But it seems like these good teams that we take on, we can handle, and then we go off camera and play 20th in the league or whatever, and I draw or I lose. I don't really know why, but I would rather show you guys a win, so I'm not complaining. Let's get Nelson in here. We're going to rip that. Oh my goodness. The goalkeeper does make the save, but it looks like it caught him off guard. He clears it out, and we win that with Lundberg. Nelson with the good pass through there. We're going to give this into Schaefer. Oh, he's bodied off, and he's not going to get it. We get it up here to Carlson from Villalba. We're going to give this in here, and we're going to get that back to Villalba, and he's going to score his first goal. No, he's not. This man, he has scored goals for us in the past. But I cannot score this season on camera for you guys. I don't think I have scored a goal on camera with Villalba yet. I could be wrong. You can let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect. But I'm pretty sure he's scored 3 goals for the club total. And I think every single one of them has come in games off camera. So I get to see the greatness of Villalba. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to witness it. He is one of our top assist makers in our team. He has 5 on the year. We're going to give that over to Schaefer, and it doesn't get to him. It's cut out by the keeper, and our attack dies there. Here they are pressing down our right side. They send it back into the middle. They have these funky colored kits, which they're honestly kind of cool. I say they're funky because I don't want them to know that I like them, you know. I got to disrespect the opposition for this game. We're going to give this down to Graham. He is in, and this is where he shines on these breakaways, and he doesn't shine there. We go for the corner after Graham's doo-doo butt cheek shot, and I have, in one of the games off camera I just played, I kind of figured out, I think, how to actually start scoring corner goals. Most of the time they sky it over, but if you hold L1 and R1 and hit circle, like in a normal scenario, it's a low shot. And so I tried it with Taylor, I think it was, in one of our games off camera, and it was a beautiful attempt. It went down towards the ground like they train you to do in real life on corner shots as headers, and unfortunately it was just a little bit wide, but I'm going to be trying that on camera, so hopefully you guys can see a goal that way. Oh no. And that is such a weak dribbler. Goes past Smith. I'm over here talking about headers downwards and in L1 and R1, and I'm letting in goals. They pass it across. It goes out to this player, and that's where I was nervous. They send it back in, and that was just, I mean, it looks like he farted on that ball, and it just rolled so slow. Smith is, I have no words. We're down 1-0. I'm pretty sure last time we played Nottingham Forest, it was Michael Cousins who scored the goal that against us. I think we lost this game at the beginning of the year, if I remember correctly. I think we may have played them in that first month where we were on struggle bus. Carlson is too nice. Get it into Schaefer. Go back to Nelson. Over to Villalba. Down into Baker. Over to Schaefer. Back to Nelson. Over to Villalba. And that's the halftime whistle. I couldn't find an opening. Oh, man. I need to focus up and try and find a goal in this second half. I do not want to lose 2 games in this month. So let's get into the second half. Rally the boys on and go find some goals. They're here on the edge of our area. I'm trying to get a foot in with Nelson, and I can't do it. And they rip that. Smith is equal to it. I did check in the in-betweeny bits, in between our matches, and Smith does lead the league in clean sheets. He has 12. We give up another goal. I'm out here just talking. Just talking. You know what, Elijah? Be quiet. Focus up and try and win this game. Oh, and terrible pass. What is happening? We have been playing so well. You know what? Take a deep breath. This is that mid-season wobble like I was talking about. We always hit it. We can definitely get back in this game. We've come back from 2-0 down before. We just really got to make it happen. And that is a terrible clearance. Fortunately, it takes a good bounce for us. We get it down the wing to Graham here. And I wanted to go to Baker. I didn't fast enough. And we'll go into Nelson. Up to Baker. Over to Villalba. Into Carlson. I wanted that to go to Schaefer. That's not the pass I wanted. I was trying to go out to Villalba to run along the outside there. We have struggled today. They haven't necessarily dominated us, but they've had 2 opportunities, and they've made the most of them. That corner and the play from Michael Cousins to get ahead. That's their throw, but that's all it takes is just 2 little mistakes from our squad, and we're getting that up into Carlson. He's fast enough to get past this defender, and he doesn't get it past the keeper. We have to score there. Oh, it was right at the keeper. All right, we got this corner. Come on, angle it down like I was talking about. At least let's pretend like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, man. This one has been a little frustrating, honestly. I've let you guys down. We got it back into Schaefer, and we're going to rip that. It goes off the defender, out for another corner. Keeping our first team on, we have to get 2 goals at least. They head that clear. They get the ball. And they're running down to our half yet again. They're going to send it down this wing to this guy. No, they don't. We have no one back. We have this guy wide open. And if he should have first time shot that or taken a touch closer to the keeper. And we're going down to Graham. And we'll go up to Baker. He is in here. I got Schaefer on the back post. And that's a terrible cross from Baker. No one's there for the cleanup. We are running out of time. Another loss, it looks like, for the boys at Efour United. And this has been disappointing. We were top of the league, and I have given it up. Again, I have to take it with... That was a terrible pass. I have to be mindful of the fact that we're supposed to be staying in the mid-table. Every time we start doing bad, I just look at the excuses and the silver lining. You'll notice that I'm trying to make myself feel better because I feel like we are just not taking care of business. And offsides for Schaefer. We're going to keep our first team on the pitch, but we're in the 87th minute now. And this is going to be how it ends. We may get a consolation goal. We had opportunities, but they just made the most of them. After this game, we're going to check because I'm pretty sure we lost to Nottingham Forest at the beginning of the season. So this would be one of the few teams that has beaten us twice on the year. If we didn't lose to them at the beginning of the season, then we drew. Because I remember them scoring. Oh my gosh. Great save from Smith. I remember them scoring goals because I remember seeing Michael Cousins scoring. But what a bummer of a game. We lose 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. Big win for them. Let's go check out the league table and see where that leaves us. So with that loss, we're still in second, but now 4 points behind Norwich. They did end up winning their game, and I do have confirmation that we have lost twice this season to Nottingham Forest. We've only have 5 losses on the season, and they've given us 2. So they are just kind of our kryptonite this season. Again, a frustrating game. I really feel like we should have got more from that game. We did not play well defensively. They broke us down again, and we lost. Well, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. We got to keep moving. Brighton in 3rd position are now 7 points behind us. So that gap, that 10-point gap we had, has shrunk down to 7. It's still a pretty good gap, but we got to keep winning. Let me zoom forward. I think there may be one game off camera, and then I will bring you guys back for the scouting reports. So we played one game off camera since that last game against Nottingham Forest, and it is another loss. This has been an ugly season. We have 3 losses. And up to that Charlton game, we hadn't lost in 16 matches, like I said. And then this month, we lose 3 times. Very disappointing game against Blackpool. We went ahead early and then, again, just couldn't make the most of our opportunities. And honestly, didn't pressure them too well and didn't have that many opportunities. Blackpool just outplayed us. From that Nottingham Forest game and this Blackpool game, I am a little frustrated with the boys. Winning feels really nice. Losing, not so much. But let's go look at the league table, and then we'll hop into the scouting reports. This rough month sees us drop 7 points behind Norwich. Now, we had it in our hands to win the title. Unfortunately, now we have to rely on Norwich to drop points, and I don't see them doing that necessarily. They're scoring a lot of goals. They have the top goal scorer in the league in Tom Cantwell, and they're looking like a good team. I'm happy with automatic promotion in the 2nd position, but now Brighton are breathing down our necks. They are only 4 points behind us, and 4th position is now only 7 points behind us. That loss was hugely detrimental to our automatic promotion push. I still believe in the squad. I still believe in the boys, but we really got to focus up and finish the second half of the season out strong. Hinga, Dinga, Dargan. We're back for the scouting report, so let's hop in. Here is a look at our youth academy. Any of you eagle-eyed may notice that one of them is missing. Joseph Cook, the right winger, told me that he was ready to come up to the team or he was going to leave, so we brought him up to the first team. We'll check him out in just a moment, but all these guys are looking very nice. Cameron Wilson, not Callum. Cameron Wilson is looking great. 16 years old. His potential is not the best, but considering that Menendez is done developing, Cameron Wilson has a spot in our team, I think, sooner rather than later. He's 6'3", which I just love tall players. Like we've said in the past, you can't train that height. But let's go check out the scouting reports. We have Marcus Carlson here at $800,000 value. He looks like he might be a central midfielder. They may be saying that he's a center back, but at 5'9", he's not. If they want him to play center back rather than center mid in terms of what the training looks like, we're going to move him to right back to be a backup right back. Again, he's not that $1 million cutoff, but considering the fact that we can only do one transfer and one free agent per season, we have to keep bringing in these youth academy guys and developing them little by little, because we're going to have to rely on them and use them. So we'll bring him up and check out what he has to offer. Here is the new boy, Marcus Carlson. We are converting him to a right back. His pace is atrocious. He has 58 acceleration and 68 sprint speed. They want him to move to center back, but at 5'9", he will not play there for us. Maybe if we were in a three-man defense, we could put him on one of the sides, not to be our big center back in the middle, but doesn't matter. We don't play that. We play a 4 at the back, so he's going to have to slot out to right back. It's going to take him 4 weeks to train to that, comparing to training him as a center mid, which I looked at, which would take 68 weeks. So clearly a defensive-minded player. We're going to move him to right back. He's a 56 overall. I'm really hoping that he goes up like 7 when we move him to right back. I don't think he's going to. At best, he would maybe go up 5 overall. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. I know he wasn't at that $1 million value, but we haven't been getting those guys on the scouting reports. We only had him. He was the most valuable player on our scouting report at $800,000 value. So we need to bring them up, sign them up, because right now the only guys who could even get a sniff at our team in the youth academy is Andre Sanz, Cameron Wilson, and Robin Olafson, and none of them are really ready. Cameron Wilson is pretty much there. He is, I think, ready to step up. I just have Menendez, so I don't need to bring him up yet. But outside of those three, we are looking very thin in the youth academy. We have some guys with great potential, but we got to leave them down here, keep developing, and hope that soon we get someone at $1 million of value or more. Now, since it is the January transfer window, we have had one player leave, and that is Tristan Thompson. He is on a loan to buy to Atlanta United, once again, my team in the MLS. So I sent him out there. I think it's a 2-year loan, so he will be gone for a long time. If they don't buy him, hopefully he has developed into a decent backup maybe. Truthfully, he's not going to make it into our team. He has Navarrete now in front of him, who's a 69 overall, and also Jacob Lund, who is a 65. I think Tristan Thompson was at a 64. So we're just trying to get some transfer money for him, so he is now out of the club. And last, before we wrap up this episode, we have Joseph Cook, the youth academy guy who told me he was done being in the youth academy. I hope he enjoys rotting in the reserves, because that's what's going to happen to him. It looks like his pace is good. It's 75, but he has 80 acceleration and 71 sprint speed. He is not very fast. His agility is decent. Hopefully that will continue to develop. He's a decent depth option. That's all I can really say about him. He has Nilsson and Wilson ahead of him. If we get an injury to someone, he would get game time. But he's nothing more than just a body who we will probably be looking to sell in the summer. If you have enjoyed that, leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell for more FIFA content. These videos come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm streaming over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 4 to 7. On Tuesday this week, my wife and I had done our first stream together. She's learning World of Warcraft, letting me teach her, so come check that out. Come join the Crucible community and hang out with us over there. It was a disappointing episode in my humble opinion. You guys didn't get to see all the losses on camera. You saw 1 win, 1 loss, but 3 losses this month has really hurt our title aspirations. It's looking like we may have to settle for that 2nd position. Hopefully Norwich hits a wobble and loses some points along the way so we can catch up. But I am enjoying this team's journey through the Crucible. Until next time, Efour out.